I mean, I try not to use Snapchat already, so I mean, I don't think it'll really affect. It's just a little more annoying to Snapchat, I guess.
This is a lot more confusing than the last update, and I kind of wish they switched it back to normal. I don't like how you have to like, you can't, or the entire page where you usually view stories is kind of like global kind of thing, you know? I guess it used to be more streamlined before, so it's kind of just like confusing every time I try to Snapchat now. Streaks is the only reason I still use the app now, pretty much. You kind of have to look for everyone now, which is like the most annoying part.
I don't like the update at all. I really didn't like it when it first came out. It's really confusing and hard to use, and I don't like that they got rid of the stories pages. I don't like that my stories are in with my chat. It makes it really confusing, and there's like random people that I am not talking to that it just like keep showing up. So I just think it's like unnecessarily confusing and like squished together. Still use it, but I don't really post stories anymore because I don't really watch other people's stories anymore because I just find it harder to do, and I don't really care about them that much. And now that there's no page, it's like I just mute people, and I just haven't been. I use Instagram for stories now more, honestly. I'm just talking to people. Like, it's kind of my main form of communication for a lot of people, so I still use it to chat.
I didn't really like it. It was kind of weird, and it just seemed like it wasn't as efficient as the previous one. Like how all the stories are in the same place where all your Snapchats you get. So it kind of like makes it harder to reply to the Snapchats that you usually get because it gets like jumbled up and mixed up within all the stories. So yeah, I didn't really like that. I feel like I use it less, or I don't see everyone's stories because it just gets like lost. Like sometimes it's in the bottom or whatever. So I feel like I'm not really like, yeah, I don't see everything that I usually can see. And so yeah, I feel like I don't really use it as much, but just because it's annoying, but I still use it. It's just not how I usually like to see it, you know. I feel like I still use Snapchat for like the same things, but it's just like less convenient, I guess. So I don't think like, okay, like I'm gonna Snapchat because I feel like not everyone's gonna see the story anyway, so I feel like it's kind of pointless. Just the fact that there's nothing else really like it, I guess. Like there's no other apps that are similar to it, so that's why I don't delete it. But it's just not that I prefer the way it looks now. It's just, I mean, there's nothing else you can do.
Well, I thought it was like, oh, what is this? I don't know what this is. Like, I cannot find anyone's stories or like my friends' stories, so I was like pretty confused at first. I just hate that like it's hard to find my own story. Like when I update it, I try to post to my story and I had no idea how to access it. I hardly use Snapchat now. I mean, like, I only use it for streaks now, but like if I want to post my story, I usually go like on Instagram for that now. The update was unnecessary. I think the old format was like good where it was at. That's all I have to say about it.